G'day guys, welcome to Ask Woodford. This is episode
41.
Do you know what? I always forget because we're churning through the episodes.
You forget anyway, regardless.
Listen, today I have a very special guest with me. Now, before I start this, I want to say one thing. Unfortunately, he's from South Australia, so don't hold it against him. Don't hold it against him. He's from South Australia, okay? That's okay though. That's okay. Tyson Edwards. Now, I'll explain two things before I talk to him about his story. Jackson he was listed for Adelaide Football Club in the AFL for 1 year. Now, if you follow the AFL, which most of my, fans or audience do, Adelaide went from playing the grand final to, where did they come?
13th.
It was a terrible year.
Terrible.
With that, I need to say this as well. It was a terrible year and heads need to roll. And unfortunately, normally he had a rookie deal. Now with a rookie deal, as you guys probably know, one of my boys is on a rookie deal right now with the Western Bulldogs, Lockie Young. Shout out to Lockie Young. Just messaged him just before, doing great things. But you only get 1 year. Now, with 1 year, there's not much you can do in 1 year. In my opinion, you need at least minimum 2 years, but they give a rookie year one deal. He got cut after last year. And then he obviously emailed me, which we'll go into later on. And then he's come down from Adelaide, from where his family lives, to Melbourne to train here and to play for Werribee in the VFL. And he's got in all honesty, I take the piss out of him a lot. He's got a fantastic story. For a 19-year-old to be that driven, that hungry, I have respect for this kid. He is a bit annoying sometimes just because how he is. But, like all my athletes, I have a good relationship with them. And he's got a fantastic story. So I thought I wanted to push it out there. That's why I got him on the show. Jackson, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's right. Now, I want you to explain to everyone your life growing up, because you had, if you don't know, he had a father who played 321 games for Adelaide. Now, I will say one thing. I went for St Kilda, right? Now, I go for St Kilda. Now, in 97, I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? They tore my heart out, right? I never want to hear Where the Pride of South, you know what I mean? That song. It does my head in. So, Tyson Edwards was very, very good player, right? Midfielder, silky smooth. I don't want to pump him up anymore, but he was a good player, right? 320 games, you've got to be a good player, right? So, understand that, right? So, growing up in Adelaide, your dad's name, talk about your childhood growing up with football and just all that.
Yeah, so spent a fair bit of time down at the Crows, and then when he stopped playing, spent a fair bit of, probably more time at Port Adelaide.
Why Port?
Just because I was a bit older and just understood a lot more what was going on. Lucky Matty Primus was coaching, and then Ken Hinkley was coaching at the time. And they were very acceptive of us boys coming down to the club and just.
So when you say just so they understand, when you say going in the club, so you were going in the AFL club, you were training were you training or how was it?
Bits and pieces of training, but just spending all day, every day there during the holidays when we could.
What? How old were you?
I think about between 13 and 14, 15.
Oh, so you've been around an AFL environment for a long time.
Long time.
I didn't know that. Jeez,
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's good.
So yeah, spent a fair bit of time there and got to do bits and pieces of training, but just helping out where I could. So filling up water bottles and just being around the players. I knew that's where I wanted to be. But yeah, so I spent my time growing up Henley Beach, played for Henley Sharks, then rolled through school footy with Henley High.
But you didn't go to private school?
Went to a private school.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Up until end of year 7 and then moved to Henley High.
Good boy, public school boy, that's what I'm talking about.
They got the footy program down there, so I could do footy as a subject, which was pretty cool.
You did footy as a subject?
In year 12 as well.
Wait. No, in year 12, your VC, whatever we call it VCE, right? You did football as a subject.
As a subject.
How does that happen?
So yeah, we just learn about coaching, nutrition, psychology.
So you obviously loved it.
All that
you loved
sort of
it.
stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, year 12 for me was pretty cruisy. I did footy, PE, and nutrition.
Can I ask just one question? Did you always know you were going to get drafted? Be honest.
Probably, I don't know. I just played, just enjoyed it at probably up until 14, 15, and then it started to get a bit serious.
Did you ever
always hoped.
Did you ever feel pressure on yourself at all, or no, not really?
Yeah, I put a lot of pressure on myself,
Yep.
which probably to my detriment. But
Yeah.
it was only until late under 18s where they said that they were going to rookie me. So up until then, I had no idea.
So the club came to you. They said, "We're definitely going to take you as a rookie."
Yes.
And how long before the draft was this?
Probably, or it was before the combine, so probably a month and a half.
Did you go to the national combine or you go to state combine?
State combine.
Okay, state combine. How excited were you after when you heard that?
I was pretty pumped, but I was also pretty disappointed that they weren't going to take me in the main draft, because that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah, true. That's a fair point.
So they said there's no guarantees they were going to take me up in the main draft, so I could have gone anywhere. But then, yeah, it was always good to have that backup, knowing that you're going to be on an AFL list in 2018.
Did any other club approach you, yes or no?
I spoke to Sydney, but apart from that, no.
No. Okay. Keep going with your story. So you're year 12, you just got picked up, right? So you're in Adelaide, right? So your first year in Adelaide. Describe your first year in AFL system, because it would have gone quick.
Yeah. Well, I actually got to train with the club for 5 weeks as an under 17-year-old. So that I was there every day doing everything that the boys were doing.
Yeah.
And just got thrown in and just did all the training pretty much. And just they cut me out of the end a little bit, but I loved that time just training. Like, it was just no different to what I was doing at Glenelg or at SANFL level. And then come draft year, just loved the elite environment, loved training every day. Days off, I felt like I should have been working or doing something different, because it was just, I know you trained and you did all the recovery anyway.
Were you always at the club? Even on your days off, were you at the club? You seem to me like a guy who would be at the club, work on your deficient, like a Shandor or a Hodge, right? You all seem the same, where I feel like you, even if they said a day off, you'd be in there working on something.
Yeah. So, generally we had Thursdays in pre-season as a day off.
Yeah. And what would you do?
I'd go in and do an extra upper body session, because that was an area of weakness for mine.
Yeah. And what about your lower body? That's definitely an area of weakness.
My legs was slow to recover during the week, and we did enough lower body stuff. So I just did upper body. It was less fatigue on my body. So,
It's what we call a low neural day. So you got a high and low neural day. Upper body's a low neural. So getting in there, doing something different.
Yeah.
Would any other players be, or was just you there?
There'd be a couple that would come in, but generally, it would only be 2 or 3.
Okay, let's talk about, I'm interested in this, right? So the season starts, right? You're living your dream right now. I didn't even know, I'll be honest, I did not know that you've pretty much been in AFL around a high performance, elite environment since you're 14, right? I didn't know that, right? So you've been around that area, right? This is your dream come true, right? How did you feel? Like, did you feel like shit, this is happening, or what were your emotions like?
Day one at the club, I was there before they had the rookie draft, and it was surreal just being at the club, just going up to the recruiter and
who was the recruiter?
Hamish Ogilvie I met, and he it was just.
What were your parents like? What were your parents? You must have been over the
pretty
moon.
proud, yeah. Pretty happy, and got to stay in Adelaide, stay at home. It was super easy. Mum's home cooked meals. Everything, it was
Mandy.
So easy.
Mandy, you better thank Mandy some stage here, I'll tell you what. So you're drafted, the season comes. Talk to me about the season. Talk to me, obviously, let's be serious here, right? Obviously the club's had a bad season, right? I'm going to give my perspective, right? This is what I think, right? You don't need to say anything, this is what I think, right? After talking to a number of people, right? The club's had a very, very bad season, right? Now, they've obviously want to make wholesale changes. Be honest with me and honest everyone out there, how did your season go? How did you see it?
Below average for sure.
Turn it down.
Yeah, below average. I was up and down.
But why do you think it was below average? What could you have worked on differently, you reckon?
Look, it was probably more my mental, just confidence.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Why? I'm trying to delve deeper into this. Why confidence? When you came in the club, you would have been, be honest, when you walked in the club day one, you would have been chest up, confident. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, but to a certain extent.
Yeah, I know, to an extent. Exactly what you're saying.
Of the food
chain. I understand that. But what made you change And I'm trying to work this out, that confidence from that. Because obviously to an extent, so you're not going to walk in there going, I'm the best. I know that, right? But still, you would have walked in there going, you know, I'm good to go. I feel great. What changed, you reckon?
Possibly, I don't know, possibly the feedback.
What do you mean feedback? What do you mean feedback?
Like from coaches and stuff like that.
Okay, so when they say feedback, what feedback were they giving you, James?
I don't think enough feedback.
Yep.
Like not
Be honest,
productive.
don't worry. Be honest, you can be honest you want. So you don't think they were giving you constructive feedback?
No.
Okay, so did you feel, and you didn't say this, but I'm just saying it here, did you feel like that they weren't maximising your development as a player?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Was that, that was technical and tactical, but also physical as well?
Yes.
In my opinion, I don't know the skill-based side, that's your old man, I don't know that, but in my opinion, what I've seen in the physical side, and I understand they're under-resourced, nothing against that, at the same time, for a person who's been in the system a year, a lot of faults. When I say faults, you need to be refined, and you knew that. Notice the difference now?
Yeah.
How much different are you?
Yeah.
But and that was, I've expressed that to you multiple times, and I understand that there's 44 players, but at the same time, if you're only going to give a kid a year's deal, you better hope you coach him and give him the best chance. That's all I said. And that's what a lot of people messaged me now and said, how you going? You know, how's he fitting in? I said, most driven, you remind me of, Alex, he reminds me of Shandor, how Shandor was. Very meticulous, very regimented, just almost obsessive. Not a bad thing. Shandor got to a point where we had to pull him in a bit obsessive. He's probably similar. You're like him. The best performers in any sport are obsessive. In my opinion, we've seen it when we talk to them. They're like, you're a student of the game, right? So you said to me, you felt like the line coach wasn't giving you constructive feedback, right? But I reckon for you, that would have frustrated you to the nth degree because you're a guy who would meticulously point out your games to how to get better. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
And when they gave you feedback, give me the type of feedback they're giving you so everyone can understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, one game I had 10 touches, so shit game. And my feedback for the week was you ran the lines well. But to me, that's not going to help me get 20, 30 touches, which is what the senior coach wants. So I'd then go to Dad and we'd sit down and review the game, and I felt that was so much more beneficial.
So hold on, wait. Just let me clarify this. You went to the old man who has nothing to do with the club anymore. He's not a coach, nothing, correct? And you reviewed your game with the old man.
Yes.
Did you do that every week?
Not every week.
Yeah.
It was probably about a 4 or 5 week period where I was just sick of it and needed something.
Just quickly, I don't understand the AFL environment. Is it normal for someone just to say that to a player? I don't know. Just to say, right, you run the lines good.
Well, I don't think so. I think.
Shouldn't you sit down with them and talk to them about it? I don't know.
That's what I think too.
But did they? During the year, right? Did they ever sit you down? Whoever it was, right? Doesn't matter. They sit you down and go, Jax, I want to have a look at your game, bring it up, and at least give you half an hour, 45 minutes a week. For fuck's sake, they're on full-time wages. Did they do that?
It was about 15 minutes. Yeah.
Is that for every player?
Yes.
15 minutes, man. Is that enough? I wouldn't know. You'd know better than me.
I don't think it's enough.
Oh, I don't think 15 minutes.
I just felt we were just going through and watching bits and pieces that weren't relevant. We need to be watching when I don't have the ball rather than when I do have the ball.
Yeah. And what do you think your... actually, let's go to the end of the season, right? Did you think you were going to get another contract, yes or no?
I wasn't that confident.
Yeah.
Just because...
But why?
Well, with 2 weeks left of the season,
yeah.
They sat the blokes that were out of contract down, and I thought to myself, if they don't tell me that I've got another contract by now, they wouldn't give me one. And they just said there was no guarantees, and that's when I sort of felt like I was done.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, right? So, when you first got drafted, that feeling of emotion, right? That raw emotion, how good was it?
Yeah, it was bloody good.
When they said to you, they're not going to give you a new contract, how'd you feel? And I know this is obvious, but I want to hear it in your own words.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay,
no,
be
I
honest.
Just felt sick.
Be honest with me. Be honest, right? And I'm being serious. You never say me real serious, but I'm being serious about this because this is something that a lot of people can learn from. Like, I'll be honest, I'm loving seeing this because this is resiliency. Because for me, in my career, and you guys have heard all this before, I've failed so many times. But what makes me successful is being resilient. And I see that in you. You are resilient, right? This is your father's, the thing for me, it was your father's, what do you call it? He's a life member there, right? And I think a little bit, you probably put a fair bit of pressure on yourself. You seem like a kid, like, put a lot of pressure. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah.
Right? I read you pretty well, right? To go from that elation to feeling like that, did it just feel like a punch in the stomach?
Yeah. You're just sort of thinking about everything, just trying to think what you could have done better.
Did they sit down and communicate it with you, the reasons why? Or was it just like, but I don't know how it is, you're cut or I don't...
With 2 weeks to go, they told me they just wanted to see me run. That's all they wanted to see me do, just work on my running. So there was nothing about
When they say work on your running, do they, I'm talking physical prep, do they give you a plan in place, an intervention like we would, to get better? Yes or no?
No.
Well, then, okay, keep going with your story.
So yeah, they just wanted to see me run. They want to see my high speed numbers up.
What was your max velocity? Sorry, what was your max velocity? So I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
31?
No, it would have been around 30, I reckon.
Okay, we'll get there quicker. You get there quicker. Okay,
hopefully.
So keep going. No, not hopefully. You will.
Okay.
Stop saying hopefully. Remember, I will. Law of attraction. Keep going.
It
is law of attraction. Him saying that, you know, for me, listen, I'm just going to quickly say it. And Mandy, you're going to love this. So his mother reads the law of attraction. Mandy, this is to you. Tyson, not to you. Shut up. But Mandy reads the law of attraction. I've told you guys before. I read it. And I did it before I even read the book. But you saying that, going maybe. No, fuck it. No, you will. Stop saying that. You will. You've improved. I'll be honest with you, man. You've improved. And I'll never admit this early on to you because I don't like giving you too much too soon. But fuck, man, I'll give you a bone here. You fucking improved out of sight. Your movement quality, hip extension, just your quality, it's just out of this world. So I'm going to give you like props right there. You are getting better and quick. Obviously this little thing's annoying, but it is what it is, right? So stop saying maybe and start turning into will, right? Stop doing that to yourself, please. Please from now on, promise me you're going to do that.
I promise.
Promise on your mother's life and your father's, because only you love them. I'll swear on my parents' life all the time that I'll do something. I swear on my parents' life, I'll make this the best facility in the world. I told you that. I believe in myself, and I know you do too. It's going to come. Now, so they don't give you an intervention. 2 weeks out, you were kind of worried they weren't going to give you another contract. When did a call come?
Once we finished, we had a few days, end of season breakup and all that sort of stuff. And then one day we actually went and picked up our new dog, little puppy. And then on the way home, I got a call from the club saying, can you come in?
Well, at least they do it over the phone, man.
And then I think mum and dad sort of knew that they were delisting a few blokes that day. I had no idea. I was hoping they'd say, here's another contract. And then my manager called me and said, look, we've heard that they're bringing in a few blokes to say delisted. And so, I went in there and...
Were you have, like for me, Percy, were you anxious, clammy hands, all that stuff, or you all just felt sick?
Yeah, I was just sick and just quiet.
How did they do it? Was it just quick or was it just...
Reasonably quick. It was probably about 10 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah.
Had 4 people from the club there sit me down and...
Why 4 people? We don't need 4 people.
I don't know, that's just
What do they think you're going to do? Just go start throwing right hands, Fuck me. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck. But so 4 people, and they said, look, after you did, you being your respectful kid, you were shaking their hands, said thank you for your time. Did you do that, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yep, see, I knew that because you brought up by your parents. I told you reflection of your parents. So you said thank you. When you walked out, right? This is what I want to know, right? I've been pining to ask you this question, right? Because I know what I would have done, and I think I know what you would have done. When you fucking walked out there, right? It would have been burning inside here, yes? Something burning inside here, yes?
Yeah, probably still feeling a bit sick at this
stage.
Yeah,
sick, right? I understand that, sick. But then I reckon after maybe the first emotional part of it, like just getting that shock, did you feel that burn going, fuck, I just want to prove everyone wrong?
Yeah, so I walked out and my cousin got delisted at the same time as well, so we were sitting in the change rooms together.
Who's your cousin?
Ben Jarman.
Oh, don't. Why do you have to bring up Jarman? He killed us in that grand final. Kicked 5 in the last quarter, that bastard. I cried. I had the St Kilda face paint on and I was crying. 13 years old. 13 years old. And 1966, last premiership, right? We could have won a 3 or 4 by now. Nope, giving up. Fuck you. Now keep going, sorry.
So we were shattered and then just went to my car and just sat there for a little bit and I cried.
You know what? I'm glad you admitted that. Thank you for admitting that because I cry all the time. Ask him, I do. No, I do. It's all right. Did you cry with your parents or just by yourself?
I was just in the car by myself.
You seem to me a guy, I'll be honest, you seem to me like a kid who just cry by yourself.
Yeah.
So you know who I'd cry to? Who would I cry to out of my parents? Which one? Who do you think out of my parents I'd cry to all the time? I would. Who out of my mum and dad? Who would I cry? Quick. Mother. Thank you. Never cried to dad. No way. I've only cried to mum. She's the only one. I'd never cry to dad. Do you know why? Dad would just go, stop crying. Oh, thanks, Dad. Appreciate that. You seem like a kid. You seem like a kid that wouldn't like you'd show emotion, but it just kind of be okay. I've got that out. I'm fine. Am I right in saying that, or you went home and?
No, I went in home and just sat in my room. Mum and Dad weren't home at the time, and then
when they came home, they obviously hugged you, they supported you. Yeah, that'd be great. You know, just get your family around you, good again. And then okay, so that's happened. When did you start thinking about what was your next step, and how did you come to the understanding that okay, I'm going to move to Melbourne, away from my family and friends? How did you come up with that?
It was probably the next day.
The next day.
Yeah.
But the next day.
The next day, probably the next.
Don't lie to me. Did you honestly think the next day you thought that?
Honestly, the next day.
Fair enough then.
So yeah, that night. I mean, I spoke a bit of a mentor, Phil Harris.
Who's Phil Harris?
He's the owner of Harris Real Estate
in
Adelaide.
Yep.
Who Mum and Dad work for.
Yep.
So yeah, spoke to him. He said, give yourself a few days to, I guess, feel sorry for yourself, and then you got to move on. But I probably took that night, and then the next day I was ready to move on. So I got delisted Tuesday, and then I was messaging just people for work, and started work that Saturday.
Wait. Delisted on Tuesday, right? And then you're telling me you had work on Saturday.
I was picked up a new job in a cafe on Saturday.
Fuck. Listen, I'll be honest, Sharp. You make it hard for me to hate you sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how it is. Like, that's what I'd do. I'd have one day. I'd have one day to sulk. As Mum would say, you sulk for one day, that's enough. And then I'd get on with it. And man, I'll be honest, Sharp. Respect. Like, honestly, this is probably the most serious I'll ever be with you. But fuck, that's good. Like, for a kid who's 19 years old, his dream has just been broken. And to do that is, I'll be honest, Sharp, I didn't know that. That's fantastic, man. Like, honestly, respect to you, mate. I've just grown more. I've got a lot of respect for you even more now. So now I can't really hate you ever, right? So Saturday you got a job at a cafe, right?
Yeah.
Have you always had a job?
Yeah. Leading up, I was always I was in cafes. I was at Boost Juice was my first job. Worked at Kooyong Golf Course.
Do you go out and do you get the jobs yourself, or do you?
Yeah. Mum sort of helped me with my first one.
Of course. That's
helped
okay. That's
build
okay.
my resume.
My mother helped me with my first one, but I'll give her one, and then I did the rest.
Yeah.
So did you do that?
So yeah, I mean, Mum got my resume sorted, helped me, I guess, present it. And then I just went into the store. It was newly opened. Just said, "Can I speak to the manager?" Gave them that, and then got called up for an interview, and then just got the job from there. But yeah, Mum's been, I guess, massive in that, like just knowing what to say, the questions they're going to ask. Like looking back on it, I don't think I could have answered anything better in that Boost Juice interview, just because Mum gave me that knowledge. And then I was on the night before just reading up on Boost Juice, and all the questions they asked me, I just knew straight off the bat.
Wait, so you're working in Boost Juice after Adelaide?
No, sorry, this was when I was like
younger.
16.
Where did you work at after Adelaide?
After Adelaide, I was in Organic Cafe down on the Broadway. So I just messaged them on Instagram saying,
Did you know anyone there?
Not really. Mum sort of knew the owner because the owner's ex-husband played for the Crows.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you still used the networks then. It wasn't like your parents got you the job, you got it yourself.
Yeah, and I just said, do you need anyone? I'm looking to head over to Melbourne in a few months' time. Understand if you don't want me.
So wait. So you knew you'd go to Melbourne the next day after the listing?
I was pretty keen to move.
Why Melbourne? Why Melbourne? Why here?
Just more opportunity. There's bloody 8 clubs
in front of 8 clubs, yeah.
And I didn't really know about Woodford as of yet. I wasn't super keen, not that I wasn't super keen, but just didn't know of the facility yet.
How did you not know who I was?
I heard of you, but...
How did you not know who I was?
I heard you're a lunatic.
Yeah, I fucking am a lunatic. And then what do you think of me now? I fucking am a lunatic. But do you know what? I'll tell this to everyone who comes through here, and he knows this as well, who came from Ireland, right? I'm a fucking lunatic that cares, and I'm good at my job. And I've spent my whole life crafting what I do, right? And when you message me, so you actually, now, when did you message me after you got delisted?
I can't remember if I was in Melbourne already.
You went and saw it with your family. I remember seeing photos of you, your dad, your mum, and going to Werribee.
Yeah, okay. Or was that when it was it?
Must have been, because I got an email from you saying to be the best, you got to train with the best, right? And then I called you up and you came down. You're a bit apprehensive at the start. That's me, fuck me. I love everyone at the start. You're a kid. So a lot of kids you wouldn't get intimidated by me because you're a confident kid. Some other kids do get intimidated by me. You were just apprehensive. You're just like, fuck, I'm trying to work me out. Like, fuck, this guy's psycho. He's going to kill me. Yeah. And then I thought, fuck, listen, for me, it's more about coaching. And I've told you this, coaching is about communication, relationship building. All my thing, and I said, you were talking about speed development, power in the first session. This is him, right? And I'm just sitting there going, in my head, I'm going, he has no idea what I'm going to put him through. For me, it's more the mental side of it. And yes, we're going to do that. But for me, it's just nailing it out with you, getting you to understand what we need to do. But also, it's a journey. And I remember first meeting you and looking in the face, shaking your hand. I'm thinking, this guy presents well. Bringing you upstairs, having a chat to you. And just your attitude towards everything. I did research you before you came, just because, I was like, fuck, how do I know that name? Called up my mate who's a manager. He said, yeah, he's Tyson Edwards' son. I said, okay, cool, I'll read into it. You came down and I just thought, I couldn't understand why they wouldn't. The first thing is I couldn't understand why they wouldn't give you 1 year. And the second thing was, you've got a face of a 13-year-old, so but you're very raw. Do you understand what I'm saying? Very raw physically. So for me, it was like, well, give this kid another year, give him 2 years in the system, see how he goes. But here's the thing which I said to you day one. I said this to day one to you, right? Everything happens for a reason in life. Now, you got two options in life. You can either whinge about it, or you can do what you did and go, fuck this, I'm gonna make the best of this bad situation. I'm gonna learn from this and get better. And I think the biggest thing I got from you early on was your commitment, your dedication, but also I just think you're a fantastic, you're like how do I put it? You're a true student of the game. You just want to get better in all facets. Listen, all I know about the best athletes, I told you before, they work on every area of their game. For you, I've noticed, and I don't say everything to you, like everything, sometimes I hold back. I only say enough what I need to say to you to get you to understand. Because with you, what happens is, for everyone out there, Jackson's a kid he's very driven. Now, with driven people like myself, they not rush, they just want it now. So Jackson will be like, how long until that happens? And when will that happen? For me, and I tell everyone this, right? I've told you this before, life and your career is not about the destination, it's about the journey. Enjoy the journey. Where you, like me when I was younger, it was like, well, how long? How long? Where you just need to go, we're working at the moment, we're going to take every day as it comes, every training session, every match, and we're going to build from there. That's all we're going to do, right? And I think the minute you start doing that is the minute you're going to start playing some very, very good football, because you're not focused on here when you're just focused on the here and now. That's your big thing you need to work on. But since you've been here, you've been getting better. Where before I felt like that you were about, when is this going to happen? How long until that guy sees me? But for you, I'll be honest, the minute you start taking it match at a time and having fun, be honest with me. Did you have fun last year? Yes or no?
No.
Because you seem to me, every time I talk about this, you don't get emotional, but it's almost like that your face changed expression, because I told you, you pick up on that with you, right? As long as I'll talk about it and you'll, not negative, but how you communicate it is a bit of a negative vibe. So I feel like that you didn't enjoy yourself. I think this year, and I told you this, is to enjoy your football. That's what life's about. Enjoy your football. Enjoy your life in Melbourne, because you're going to be Melbourne for hopefully a long time. And what I said to you and I said to Jackson a few days ago, I said, your journey, you might not get picked up next year. You might not get picked up the year after. You might not get picked after the year after, but the year after that could be your year. Now, the perfect example of that is Ben Kavara and also Michael Gibbons. You see those two? Okay? Yep. Michael Gibbons was just a resilient man, and that's what you can be. Now, am I saying that you're not going to get drafted next year? No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you're a resilient kid. You want this more than anyone. You stick at it. Winners are resilient. Okay? They give effort and they're resilient. That's what you are. You're very young very raw. You had 1 year, right? That wasn't your fault, right? Not your fault. So
Part of it was.
yeah, hey, you have to take a bit of responsibility. But at the same time, Jackson, I'm telling you right now on my side of things, I'm just telling you my side, right? All I've seen, right, is I've seen a kid who's very raw, right? That's it. If they're saying you're too slow, that's okay. Has to be an intervention. You agree? After you've seen what I've done, it's got to be an intervention. I'm not saying anything against them. I understand the resources, as you know, 44, 50 players they've got 2 coaches on the floor. I understand that, right? But at the same time, if they're saying this, there should be an intervention in place. That's all I'm saying. So for you this year, I think your biggest thing is just enjoying football, enjoying Melbourne, and just going back to what you do best, and that's playing football and just enjoying it. Have you enjoyed trainings at Werribee?
Absolutely. Choco's amazing.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. So Choco Williams, Mark Williams, the coach, it was Port Adelaide's 2004 premiership winning coach. You've got a tie with him?
Yeah.
Yeah? So...
he coached me a little bit through primary school. So around year 1, year 2, when he was coaching Port, his son was a year above me. And I always just played with my cousin because it was just more enjoyable and the better standard. And so, had that little bit of relationship there. He actually come into Organic Cafe when I was working there once, had a little bit of chat with him.
Trust you to work at an organic cafe. Organic cafe.
And then, I'd had to come over in October, come over to Melbourne, had a chat with him. His passion was unbelievable, similar to yourself. I just couldn't go past him.
You know what? Every time I hear him talk, I get that as well because he's a passionate guy. You know, I told you, when I talk to passionate people, right, I don't know what it is, but I don't care. You, right? When you talk about, listen, I don't care. Like for me, I'm interested in it, but you love it. Your paleo, all the, when you talk about that, you love it, like your nutrition. That's what I'm saying to you. You know, you and I are talking about, and I found it interesting, we'll talk about this soon, but you're talking about, what did you do? What did you do to exercise science, blah, blah. And I find it interesting because every time you talk, I don't know if you know this, but you get real passionate about that stuff. So I reckon, your career, where it goes, should be, in my opinion, that natural, nutrition, foods, exercise. That's what you love. Now, you asking me downstairs. I already know what you love. I see it in your face. You talk about that more than anything.
Yeah.
And, you like posting about that stuff. So I think that you're only young, you're 19. You still, you've got plenty of time left, So, but that's for me personally, giving you some feedback, is every time you talk about it, even if I don't like it sometimes, me, fuck. Sometimes I like, but you love it. Yeah. So I'm going to sit there. When a passionate person talks, you want to listen, right? And I'm glad, Choco's a passionate guy. You've gone to him, and then you've come here, and I'm definitely a psycho passionate guy, but enjoying it. So you've enjoyed Werribee so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pumped for round 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Training's been going well. It changes up the drills all the time, so you're not doing the same stuff, and doesn't get repetitive. So he's been awesome. Yep.
Okay. Good. Now, so in saying that, right, what we're going to do now. Jesus. What we're going to do now, we're going to throw a few questions to you, right? So here we go. Get ready for this.
Speaking of nutrition, Gus Lyon asks, any advice for game day nutrition? What's your go-to meal prep game?
Last year I changed it up a little bit, just trying to find what works for me. But the nutritionist at the club was trying to increase my carbs a fair bit because I was reasonably low carb. So in the mornings I generally had a berry smoothie and then a big bowl of greens just to alkalise the body. And then also some roast sweet potato for carbs again. And then I'd try and generally play at 2 o'clock, so won't eat for a little bit. And then I'll have this paleo sweet potato bread that I make. And then I'll have that before the game and maybe a banana or something. And just, I don't want to be too heavy, but I want to be satisfied as well. So, I'll probably look to change it up a little bit this year.
How old are you? There's such a mature answer. Imagine me. Remember? See?
What's post look like?
Very mature.
What's the post game? Yeah. I'll have a protein shake.
Wait. Please tell me you have some sort of carbohydrate in there that's liquid. Please tell me that.
No.
See, I reckon, just hear me out here, Jax. Hear me out, right? I reckon what you do is you give yourself a little bit and you have a little carbs after training. With liquid form, rapidly absorb in the bloodstream. Because you're struggling. What's your weight right now?
78 kilos.
Okay. What do you want to get up to? 80 at the moment?
Yeah, well, at least 80 by the end of this year.
Okay. So after a game, you have a protein shake, but no carbohydrate?
No.
Well, what's in it?
Yeah. Well, it's just pea and rice blend.
Can I explain one thing to our viewers so they understand this, right? Just so you guys understand this. There's 3 goals post-exercise, post-competition, right? Increase glycogen resynthesis, increase protein resynthesis, minimize muscle protein breakdown, right? After exercise training, what's the body in? It's in a what? Catabolic state. Catabolic means breaking down, right? What do we want to do? We want to switch the machinery from catabolic to anabolic, building back up, recovery, right? Now, when we eat a carbohydrate is broken down to what? Glucose in the bloodstream, stored as glycogen in the muscle and liver. Mainly in the muscle, a little bit in the liver, right? Very important to understand this, right? Because that's going to kickstart, that's going to blunt what we call AMPK and switch on mTOR. mTOR is important for what? Signaling pathway for what? Muscle protein synthesis, yes, anabolism, muscle protein synthesis, which is so important, right? Why is it so important? Muscle recovery, right? Now we've shown in studies that after competition and training, it's best to take a carbohydrate and a protein shake because you're gonna hit 3 factors. That's all I'm saying to you, right? Because they're gonna spike insulin. Because after competition, your glycogen store is gonna be depleted, right? Everything's gonna be depleted. We want to resynthesize back. That's all I'm saying to you, right? I'm never gonna tell you, I told you, I'm never gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna guide you. As my mother used to always say to me, Jackson, I love you, mother. Christian, I can guide you, but I can't make you drink. And I had no idea what she was talking about until I was about 17. No, I'm kidding. But do you see what I'm saying? I'm going to guide you. I'm going to tell you. That's what I reckon you should be doing because you're a hard gainer. I've told you this every time. But give yourself, 2 to 3 years here, full beast. Because the way you train, your effort. I need to know, in the off season, how many weeks do you have off?
This year I had 3.
Okay, let's say you finish here, right? Like let's say your off season finishes, right? Would you have a break from Woodford's, or would you keep coming, or would you have a break, or what would you do?
I don't know. I might have maybe a week off, but I don't want to do any more than that because I feel like I'll go backwards.
Yeah, I like him. That's what I'd do. I was going to say that. I reckon you'd have a week off. Yeah. See, I'd personally, you just have a week off. Listen, some of my guys have 2 weeks off, but guys like Shandor would have a week off, and that was it. And he goes, I get bored. He likes doing you always like doing something.
Absolutely.
So, in terms of the post game nutrition, Jackson's correct with what he's saying. Jackson actually is very smart with that stuff because you're listening to your body and you're doing what works for you. Okay, and you're a big fan of you love paleo. You love you're paleo, correct? Yes or no? Or?
Yeah, well, I've been paleo for about 2.5 years, and then just recently, probably over the last month or so, has been going a little bit more plant-based.
Oh, you're turning to Anita Woodford now. She's pure plant-based. She loves that. Yep. Next question.
We've got 2 questions on conditioning. Best conditioning session you've done or know about that's helped you get footy fit, and another question. 17-year-old, really bad endurance. How does he improve his endurance fast for the upcoming season?
Let's go the first question, and then you can go to second question.
They're pretty similar.
Okay, you can talk about this.
So yeah, generally, because Dad was tied up with Port, so Darren Burgess was there at the time. So he's known as the guru.
No, don't use that word. We all know. Don't use that word. That's you know what? There's one thing I hate. It's that word because you know what it implies. No, Brett, do you know what that implied? You know I was going to crack it. You shouldn't have said that. You knew what that was going to imply. That implies higher level knowledge than anyone else. If someone called me a guru, I told you, they called me a guru at that uni, right? I said, I'm going to stop you there, right? I ain't no guru. I'm just a guy who loves what he does. That's it, right? And enjoy it. I'm no guru. I'm not a god. I say it as a piss take and people want to think, but people take me seriously. Like me saying I'm God. For fuck's sake, mate. I don't look like God. Maybe Jeebus. So Burgess, by the way, Burgess is very he's the world standard on conditioning, high performance.
Yeah. So I asked him for a few sessions to do, which is what the AFL boys were doing. So in the off season, I'd be doing say a 5-minute warm up, and then I'd go 6 by 3-minute efforts with about 1.5 minutes recovery. So in those 3-minute efforts, you're trying to hit more than 850 metres every run, and then a 5-minute cool down at the end, and I think that's enough. If you're doing it at the right intensity, that's enough.
Don't ask me about conditioning. We all know what my conditioning is. It's just lift weights, higher reps. People used to always say lift higher weights, reps. Conditioning, I'll walk up the stairs, I'm tired. Saying that though, I'd beat you in it. I would smash you, just to let you know, son, in a 10 metre. I'm too quick, I'm strong, come on, you know. It's okay, it's okay.
Well, you've got to test me first.
We did test you, I know what your 10
Not
is.
a 10 metre.
Didn't Jay test him in 10?
No.
Oh, we'll just race then. Oi. We'll just race and I'll prove you wrong. Let's go, next one. Let's go, again.
Kieran Pett, C.A. Jackson, so organised and prepared to do extras to get better. How does he plan for this? Does he write notes on what he wants to achieve each day, or how does he stay organised?
No, we can't do that because then he write down 50 billion goals. Go, tell him what you think.
Well, yeah, just recently I've sort of started waking up a little bit earlier.
Earlier, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
I don't get up till, Rick, what time do I get up?
We don't rock up.
You
rock up late to our session.
You started messaging me. You fucking, that piss. I'll tell you something, you nearly got to me there. You got to me when you kept going morning at 5:15, and she was funny. What do you mean like that? 5:15 you messaged me. 5:15, I'm sitting there. You'd wake me up. You'd wake me up, right? And then I'd go, bastard. And then the next night I'd forget, and then you'd do it again. I'm like, I'm going to get you back though. I'm going to get you back. Anyway, so you get up early, 5:15.
So yeah, get up early, and then I like to write a to-do list of what I got to do for the day, and then just go out and tick it off.
You remind me of Alex. Can I be honest with you? Does he remind you of you? It's almost like because you do something like that, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
See? Yeah. Fuck me, Jesus Christ! You should. Or imagine him. Imagine him when we go away together. Him and I, him being organised, me being sleeping. Oh, you'll see it.
You drive me insane.
No. When I do, I want to go to Adelaide.
Punctuality drives me insane.
Yeah, but that's how, I'll be honest, ask Brick, is that how I've always been? It's just how it is. And then people try, I'll be honest, it's just, I have, my mind, as you know, goes a million miles an hour. And I said to Brick early on, I said, Brick, you're probably going to have to deal with my ups and downs. He goes, no, I can. And he has. And you're a good man, Brick. But in saying that though, you remind me of someone who's very anal with your punctuality. And another thing, this is serious, when you go away, do you write itineraries to do shit? Yes or no? Don't lie to me, ask your mum.
Go away on holiday.
Okay, when you go on holidays, do you do itineraries? Yes or no?
No.
Thank God. Because if he did, I don't know. That really mind me. Because I do, you should see me how I am. Ask him. Like for me, I'll sleep till a certain period, and then they'll try and get me up. What? Yeah. They'll try and get me up, and then they'll all crack it at me, and I'll just get up. I'll have to get up because remember, Jason, Nicky kept hitting me, going, "Can you get up? Because you're wasting everyone's day." So I had to get up at 2, and then we went to get dinner. See, imagine that. Imagine him getting up at 5, writing a to-do list. You know how I get up? Oh God! Have a cold shower, take my meds for the day, take my meds, and that's it. That's how it is.
Do you not feel lazy?
No, because I've talked to, you know what's funny? I've talked to a lot of people about this, right? When I work, there's no one who works harder. When I rest, you can ask him, I switch off. I switch off, I'm off. And I asked Alex, Alex couldn't believe how quickly I go out. How quick do I go out? Like a light. I've trained my body to switch on, sympathetic, switch off, parasympathetic. Brick knows it. How long do I sleep for? When I need to sleep, I sleep. This is my body. Next question.
Woo! Kieran asks again, when did it click with you to work hard where you knew no other way and it became a habit?
I think it was a slow build-up, to be honest. Like when I was probably under 16s, I reckon. Like first year of under 16s, as an under 15, like just going for runs down at the beach and around the oval. And then it's just sort of progressed from there, just, I guess, building more discipline and just trying to get better. So you just do more sessions, increase load, increase intensity, and just build that way. But then probably last year it like real clicked and sort of needed to get myself into gear and just listening to a lot of audio books, following Gary Vaynerchuk, Tony Robbins, Matt Steinway, blokes that mum and dad like to listen to as well. And that gives me the guidance and motivation.
Next question.
Got a couple of rapid fires here. How does the VFL compare to the SANFL?
We can't really tell, man. He's a bloody game.
Yeah.
Well, it's a question.
It's hard, but I mean, training-wise, I reckon VFL is lighter.
Lighter?
Yeah.
Shit. Fair enough.
It's hard because when I did my league pre-season, I was as an 18-year-old, so maybe I cope with it a bit better now. But I feel like the kilometres per session is lighter here.
Thoughts on Bernard Tomic? That's by Jackson France.
Fucking knob. That's my fucking thing. Fucking knob. Do you know why he's a fucking knob? I'll tell you why he's a fucking knob. Here's why he's a knob, right? No, I'll tell you why he's a knob, right? I'll tell you why he's a knob, right? Here's the reason why Bernard Tomic's a fuckwit and a knob, right? Because Bernard Tomic is the person who I hate. Has all the talent in the world, can't maximise it, yet still thinks I've done real well. In what world, Bernard, do you think, Bernard, if you're watching this, probably not, but if not, right, I'll tell you, Bernard, you're a dead set flog, mate, and if you touch Rusty, my boy Rusty, who he lives with, I'll knock you the fuck out, all right? Because you're an idiot, all right? Stop saying crap like that. Man, you know what? I'll be honest, yeah, and I never told her this, I'm going to tell you this now. I hate the Leighton Hewitt at the start of his career. By the end, I love it. You know what? Heart, passion. I love him. Rusty's you know what? I love anyone who gets the most out of their talent. Bernard Tomic could be a top 10 player. Lazy. And it pisses me off because guys like me, Brick, you and I have talked about this. I've said to you, I have no talent. What is my difference though? I've told you, because I work fucking hard and I give effort. And I get the most out of my ability, right? Like yourself, like you. This guy could be top 10, doesn't want it, right? He's just lazy and annoys the shit out of me. It's just how it is. What's it like living with Rusty?
Yeah, it's good. It's
do you call him Rusty?
Yeah. Yep.
Why is he called Rusty?
I actually have no idea.
Wait, can I be honest, Al? Like, do you think, right now, I've had this fight before with Heath Davidson, right? Hear me out. Do you think I could beat Leighton Hewitt? Just wait. I'll put the thing out right now, right? Could I beat Leighton Hewitt, right? But his legs have to be tied, so he has to, hop. Sure, I'd beat him, yes?
You'd hope so.
Do you reckon?
I don't know.
Take that, Rusty.
I don't know.
You know what? If I beat Leighton Hewitt, I'll tell the whole world, you know why? I beat a former number one. That makes me a very good tennis player. I'd beat you, though.
No, you wouldn't.
Are you good at tennis?
I used to play, yeah.
I'll make a bet right now, right? A bet. I would beat you in tennis. No. Do you want to know why? Mentally, I'd have it over you, right? Because I would say 3 to 4 things and I'd be in your head.
Say all you want, mate.
But that's what you think. Your brother gets to you, I'll get to you easily. Your brother gets to you.
Speaking of...
Here we go. Let's go.
Jack Plenty wanted to ask, does your brother Luke still beat you up?
Oh my God.
Does he beat you up? No. That's weird. That's weird as, bro.
Ask anyone in the family.
Your brother beats you up, bro. He's younger, man. What the hell?
There is no way.
So just quickly, you've got 3 brothers?
2 younger brothers.
2 younger brothers, right? Now, let's describe each of it. Let's describe Luke, because Luke's got a bit of chat about him, right?
Yeah, both of them do. Yeah.
Oh, they both do?
Yeah.
Okay, one of them was supposed to call me, didn't call me. What was his name?
Brody,
call me. Luke, I like you. I like Luke. You know why I like Luke? Because he just gives you shit. So, what do you like? Tell me about both of them in terms of, are they similar to you or are they different to you?
We're all pretty different. Brody's a social one. Loves just speaking to people. Also loves his Fortnite.
What are you then? If he's the social one, what are you?
I'd be quiet.
Yeah, you're definitely the quiet type, aren't you? Yeah, definitely.
Especially with new people. When I'm comfortable
You
with
said
someone,
nothing to me in the first session. I like this guy mute.
I didn't know you.
Doesn't matter. You should.
That's like me and the first time.
You didn't say anything either. Man, I thought you were mute. And now, you know what's funny? It always happens, Brick. The longer it goes on, the more they talk shit. And now you're starting to get that phase where you're going, you're doing this one, he goes, I knew you were going to do that. So you know what I do? I just walk on. Fair enough. That's cool. It doesn't work on me. I don't think you understand. So he's the social one. What about Luke?
Luke, pretty casual. Just loves his footy and he's pretty talented.
You reckon Luke's the best one out of all 3?
Honestly, yes. At the moment.
Okay. Will he go father-son, you reckon?
No. I don't think that will happen.
No. I don't think that happens.
I mean, it's his choice at the end of the day, but I don't think it will.
No, yeah, I don't think this can happen. Next question, let's go.
Would you date Chelsea Dorber?
Oh, hello.
Who's that?
Don't know.
Would you date it?
I got no idea who that is.
Oh, just quickly. No, let me elaborate. You know how I am with this? Brick knows how I am with this. Now, so...
Can you get a photo, please?
No. So, I want to know, like, your love life, right? Any young ladies here down here that you're seeing or anything like that? Be serious.
No.
Okay, all right. Here we go. you've just opened that up to a whole new world for you, son. Get ready for this. Don't worry. I'm going to find a good lass down here, good lady. Here we go. The old man would hate it. Just loves it. About his parents, right? I did say this to you, right? And Brick, I have dealt with a lot of parents before, right? The kids are the reflection of the parents, right? Now, Mandy, lovely person. Tyson, not so much. Oi, not so much. So, Tyson, you did say that you'd beat me in any lifting competition. So, I'll throw the gauntlet out to you. When you come down to Melbourne, I challenge you
April.
to... When you come in April, right? You can train for it, Tyson. I will beat you so badly that... I don't know, I'll just beat you so badly. I didn't really know how to come up with that. Beat you so badly. Ask the question what Mandy asked.
Mandy just wants to know when her son's coming home, when she's going to see him again.
Never. He's stuck. He's here now.
Yeah, Melbourne boy.
So, be serious. Do you like it or not?
Like it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Apart from the traffic, but yeah, it's good.
All right. Lucky Kenneth, what are the differences in quality, etc., in strength and conditioning between AFL clubs and at Woodford's? Yeah, this is a setup, isn't it?
I just want to hear his... honestly, I want to hear his response. I'm interested.
Honestly, I think here is a lot better. Just purely from quality. At the club, you'd go there, you'd lift your weights, you're done. It was just... It's hard for them because they do have to manage 45 blokes, and there's only a few coaches.
Don't look at my phone.
Okay,
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I think the attention to detail here and just focusing on quality is much better.
Your first session here, everyone who comes to the first session always gets so, not overwhelmed, they're like, shit, I didn't ever think about feet position, hand position, squeezing the bar. Like for you, I could see it going through your head. And I said to myself,
a lot to think about.
Yeah, but now, do you see how it's all coming together?
Yeah.
For me, you're a motor, like when, I told you this before, there's motor G's, motor morons, right? You're probably not fully a motor G, you're not like a guy like a Shandor, but you're still up there. And you're going to develop, because the central nervous system doesn't fully develop till what age? You won't know, I'm going to test him out. 24, right? I'm not going to wait. Do you know why I don't want to wait for you? Because you go, 24. I'm sorry I did that, but 24. But the reason, 24 it does, but for you, the biggest thing is I saw your face when you came down here because everyone's like the same. They're like, fuck, I didn't know about that. Your difference now is, I love how you said that, the attention to detail, and you have to have it. For me, that's how I built my career, is off the attention to detail, right? Your thing is I like it because I'm like that. You're very driven, so you want it now. But then what I do is I slow you up. I just pull you back. And you pull you back. That's what I've taught Brick, just pull you back. This is a long-term thing. This is for him. I'm not rushing it, right? We're going to take our time and look at the improvement on every marker that I've seen so far has been huge. We're just GPPing with him at the moment. We're laying that foundation, right? I'm hoping to I'm not hoping because if he gets drafted, fantastic. I think that's the greatest thing ever. But if it doesn't happen early on, but that's great because I can work with him more. So I can lay the foundation, build up. So him being in my program look at Lockie Young was in it for 3 years. Look at him by the end of it. Fantastic, 3 years. Jesse Possum's 5 years. Shandor, 1.5 years. Amy Lander, 2.5 years. You know, all these guys, when they're in a two, you understand back to front. You actually know within, a year and a half, 2 years, you'll know how I structure and everything. You'll write it yourself, and I'll come to you and you'll say, I feel like I want to do that, and we'll chat like I do with Jesse. He writes his program, I look at it, we talk. That's when we can converse. That's when you know your knowledge is that next level. So for you, this is not only for your training, but for your knowledge. So when you do get drafted, if there's ever spots you get worried you don't get coaching, you know it yourself. See what I'm saying? For me, it's a knowledge thing. And you like this stuff anyway. How you, being honest, how have you found it here? Like with all the staff, with myself, and was it everything you thought it would be? Was it like, I don't know, you tell me.
I didn't really come with any expectation. I just wanted to get stronger, get faster. Speed was the number one for me. But yeah, everyone's welcoming, everyone's positive, everyone's pretty driven.
Who's your favourite? Who's your favourite here? I know who you're going to say it. It's going to be obvious, but you can go say it. Here we go. Go say it. Go say it. Go say it then, dickhead. Go say it. Oh,
I like people that rock up on time.
No. Who's your favourite? Be honest. You love Brick, don't you? You're a Brick.
Yeah, I like Brick.
Look at him, Brick. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is, right? I told my mother this, right? He's okay, and I told you this with Squeak, right? Who's this high-level swimmer who's 15, 16. The older I'm getting, the less I'm relating to these kids, right? Where you're relating to them, right? Where you've got this really weird bond. But kids like you, right? What I love about you is you're mature. I can communicate with her, but when I want her, like I know when I can give it to you, you'll take it and you'll want to get better. And that's how you are. You're a kid who I can spray you, not spray you, but give you constructive criticism. And if I want to, go aggressive like against Brick, and you'll respond. Where other kids wouldn't. You're just a kid who just wants to get better. And I'm going to leave. Do you want to say anything to anyone out there, like your parents or anything out there while you've got it here, before we wrap this up?
Yeah, well, not really, but I mean, parents have been...
It is your parents, you could say something.
Yeah, obviously, they've been a massive
Jesus
factor.
Christ,
just growing up, I was getting pretty specific feedback from age of 12 on
12?
11 or 12 on
Like 12. 12 years old. Specific feedback at 12.
Specific. Dad would record, like, we had a Sap Salza Carnival, year 6 and 7. He'd record the games and we'd watch it in between games.
Is Luke like this?
He still watches the games, yeah.
Okay, but he's not as committed as you.
Well,
No, don't lie to me because that's what you said. Did you say he's not as committed as you? You're good.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Oh, he's backing down, Luke.
We're different people.
You don't want to get a beating from your brother, do you? I can understand that. I understand that.
We're different people.
Different people. Okay, so you've been getting constructive criticism since under 12.
So they've been massive for me, and just the support to come over here. Mum was a little bit hesitant at the start, but just the support to come over here. They drive over, they fly over. So thank you, I love you, and hope to see you soon.
Listen, I'm going to get serious, and I never get serious here, so I'm going to do this again. Hopefully, listen, I remember saying this specifically to another footballer. We won't bring up his name, but another footballer, and my issue's always been, my mum always says this, right? When I invest in someone, when I said I'm all in, right? When I invest in someone, how do I invest in them, Brick? What have I always said to you? When I invest in someone. Yeah, but what's the biggest thing I give them? No, Brick, what's the biggest thing? Come on, fucking... Do you know what? This guy followed me around a year and a half, he still doesn't know. Come on, what do you think it is, Dal?
You say loyalty?
Loyalty, yeah, one of them. But I give them my heart, my soul, everything, right? My thing is, their goals are my goals, right? Their dreams are my dreams. That's the role of a coach, right? When Shandor Earl went down, right? I cried. When he called me, I cried, and he cried with me. And it was hard because I dealt with that guy for so fucking long, and you went through it, Alex, and it was just, I've never been so gutted about someone who just wanted it so bad and he got beaten down and then he got up again, right? That's resiliency, right? When I say I'm all in with someone and I love a story, I'm all in. And that means that you're part of this family. I'll do anything for you, right? Unfortunately, there has been a case where as you know, I threw my heart into it. That person and their family backstabbed me. I told you I cried about it to my mum, which I always go back to my mum, and I thought I was the bad person. For me, when I invest because I truly care about their goals. And I reckon the issue right now in this industry is people don't give a fuck enough. People don't care. When you come down to Woodford's, I care. I think with Jackson, for me, is I have like a weird bond with him because I feel like he's like me when I was younger. Very driven, very focused, knows what he wants, like me with my vision, right? I feel that he got fucked on by not getting a second year. To have that taken away from you would fucking hurt. Because I think if this got taken away from me, this is my heart. Think about you growing up as a kid watching football your whole life, your father, and being around that, and then getting told that they're not going to renew your contract after 1 year. Your heart, you feel for the kid, man. Like, he's just a kid. He's 19 years old. Yes, he's mature, going on 50, but he's a kid. At the end of the day, he's a kid, for fuck's sake. And for me, I had to take this on because I have this, for me, I love a story. You know that. I love a story. And this story is far from over. And you're going to write so many chapters. And for you, your resiliency, your passion, and your love for this will get you back to that top level. Now, am I saying this is going to be easy, this is going to be linear? No. Jackson, if I know anything about my life or everyone's life, it's not linear. Your parents will tell you that. But it's your ability to get up and go again will make you successful, right? But you have to have that inner belief because don't listen to anyone else, what's in your heart and what you believe in, right? I've never seen you play football yet, but I believe that you can do it. Do you know why? Your work ethic. Because you remind me of me, right? And do you know what they said about me? What did they say about me when I fucking started this? What did they say?
Well, I said I can't do it.
Did they say that? They said I couldn't do this. They said there was no industry. They said I was no good, right? And what did I say to them, Brick?
Fuck them.
I said, fuck them, I can do it, right? They're going to be saying that about you, right? you've got two options in life, two forks in the road. You can either take that option, which is the option that fucking you're going to listen to all of them in your head and you're going to let them mind fucking say, I am not good enough, or you're going to take this option, which I believe in, which your parents believe in, which your whole family believes in, which a lot of support comes through my Instagram for you from Adelaide supporters saying they wish they never got rid of you, right? You have a lot of support. And I think that for what your age and what you've done so far and your resiliency and the fact that you got delisted and the next day shows a lot about your fucking character, Jackson, to the next day decide to go to Melbourne. How many kids would do that? To go to Melbourne and then get a job on Saturday, kid, you have my respect. And you got my respect for life, because that's a hard thing to do, mate. That's a fucking hard thing to do, man, because when I was 25, I had to make that choice. 25, you're 19. Do you understand how hard that was for me to leave my parents knowing that I might never come back? It was fucking hard. And yes, it was international, I understand that, like to America, but still it's hard. Everything that comes your way is a product of you and your work ethic. And I believe that you will get drafted one day. I manifested it already, I believe in that. And it just takes you to believe in it, and that's it. And for anyone out there who wants to know what he's like, who've asked me, he's a respectful, caring, just legend of a kid. And I do give him shit, but that's just how I am. But I'm being serious here because I have to be serious, because I feel like that if I'm not serious, you're not going to get the true who he is. And he's a fantastic person, and I couldn't think he's going to be fantastic for being a Woodford athlete for hopefully the next few years. If not, I love that as well because he gets drafted. But let's see how he goes here, because he's just probably going to become one of the part of the furniture like a lot of these guys. But I love him because I love their story. And you guys should follow him. Follow his story on Instagram. It's Jackson
Edwards 19.
Jackson Edwards 19. Facebook, he's not really on Facebook. It's just really kind of Instagram. So follow him on that. Follow his story. He's going to play for Werribee Football Club in the VFL. And just get around him, because he's just a great story. Deserved another year, but he didn't get it. Didn't look at it as a bad thing. Had one day, got on with it. So I can't give you any more respect than that kid. Thank you for coming on my show. And thank you so far for being a fantastic. I don't know. I reckon you inspired me a little bit. A little bit. Not many people. I've told you, not many people inspired me. You inspired me. I reckon a little bit you inspired me, because you brought me back. I've told you guys this, and I'll bring this up, is my mental health has struggled. I talk about this because you know how I am. And my mental health last year was terrible. And I really struggled with life and the meaning of life. And I was at a stage where harming myself wasn't a possibility, which is not good. But I talk about this so people understand what mental health's about. And I reckon a little bit you, Brick helped me a lot, but I reckon you as well, coming back here and just meeting someone like you who's 19, move away from your family, it helped me because it reminded me of who I was. It's very hard. Sometimes I lose who I am. And when I see you and how you give me shit about how I'm late, I love that, because that's reminding me when I was younger. So I really do appreciate you, and you're a great kid. So keep going forward. And this is probably the most serious I've ever been. So I'm getting pretty emotional. So fuck. Thanks for making me emotional. I'm going to cop shit for this. So you know, your life is just going to go up and down, kid, and just keep moving forward. That's all you can do. And just know one thing. And I said that to the other bloke who was on here, who did what he did. I'm always here for you. Whatever happens, I'm here for you. If the world goes against you, I'll walk in, I'll be here for you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm that with all my guys because I love them, right? Same thing for you. I'll be here for you. If you ever need anything, you know I'm here for you, all right? I will never leave you. Unless you tell me to leave you, but I'll never leave you. Like the other kid fucked me off. But if you don't vote, I'll be here for you. Every day. If you need me, I'll be here, right? Just remember that. That's the most important thing, okay? That's episode, Jesus Christ, fuck me. Jeez, I don't know why I got so emotional here, fuck. Jesus, I'm going to cop shit for that. Anyway, episode 41. Thank you for being on my show, Jackson. Guys, follow Jackson. Great kid. Great story. And I will see you guys next week for episode 42 of Ask Woodford. Thanks for watching.